Hello dear women. This video might be interesting for those who is considering to take the course Internal Feminine Arts in Bali with me. Yesterday I received some questions from a woman who would like to join, but she hesitates. I found her questions very interesting, and I believe that they can reveal a deeper information for everyone. So it can be inspiring also for you, because I'm sure a similar question can pop up in your head as well. So let us start from the first question. She says, leadership. I still do not catch up exactly how leadership will be implemented in both modules. But then, further work with women. There is not enough information. What specific tools or modalities can I transmit to others if I end both parts? And how it will make me a priestess or a guide to women's work? I'm feeling very content to answer this question. Why do I call this leadership training? It's because I refuse to call it a teacher training course. First of all, there are too many teachers today that are teaching out there something. And within a very short period of time, you can join these courses, get certificate, and become a teacher. So I believe that these courses are targeting to create teachers. I believe that our world has too many teachers and we need more of practitioners. So allow me to reveal the meaning of leadership in the content of this course. Leader, in our case, is a woman who understood her nature, took responsibility for the energy and the resources that she was given, managed to get rid of unnecessary things and people in her life, determined her path and walks it despite of all the resistance she receives from society. Despite social principles, despite her relatives' opinion and beliefs, and despite of her inner small self that usually doubts and hesitates and is scared. Leadership is a mastership or an art that became a vital need. It means that I'm not practicing something because it's nice and I like it, or I find it interesting and mysterious, but because it became my vital first need and necessity in my life. It means that I don't want to be the way I was before anymore, and I cannot live the same way anymore. And in these actions, in my practice, I'm not expecting anyone to follow me. I'm not dragging people to learn from me. I'm not standing on every corner and shouting that now I know the truth and I'm ready to share it. She becomes a leader when she sincerely practices what she believes in, and then automatically, naturally and organically, women start following her on their own will and choice. They do not follow her personality. They do not follow her personally, but they follow the energy and the knowledge that she transmits through herself. That's why this course is called leadership. You are shaping up yourself into a leader who is leading own self and not looking back at others. If you have an expectation to find a course after which you will be able to lead women's circles, to help others, I would like you to pause for a moment. Because the truth is, to lead women's circles, you don't need any trainings. What you can do right now, go to Google, find about 20 very effective, nice techniques. Create a mandala flower in the middle of the room, light candles, play very nice meditative music, and start speaking from very deep and sexy grounding voice. And the whole audience will be yours. For such work, you don't need any training. You were ready to lead such circles yesterday. I'm sure you might agree with me, right? So the question, why are you not starting right now? Because it's not about the techniques or all that esoteric spiritual crap attributes, but there is something inside of you, a very, very subtle, deep void or emptiness where you feel like something is not enough, like as if you are not ready. So what makes you ready? This void that you might feel in yourself that doesn't allow you to step out there and preach what you practice is because you don't have a constant practice of who you are. Who you are to yourself without any other people, without any circles. Who are you when you are completely alone? Imagine that if you will just wake up one day in a completely lonely planet. There is only one human being who is you. It feels scary. We saw it in some fiction movies. Like you feel suddenly you cannot share anything with anyone and your life becomes meaningless. So I'm telling you, it's not about others, it's actually about you. Before making any kind of gatherings out there, you have to create a very solid, consistent, sustainable circle of womanhood within yourself. Rooted in yourself. You need to destroy all the definition of yourself until this moment who you think you are is basically created by the society, by the parents, by the families, by also your assumptions looking at the society. So all of this crap needs to be destroyed and rebuilt from scratch based on your own opinion, which is most of the time sleeping so deep, is totally sleeping. And then practice and practice. And if some women will be attracted to you, will come and ask you questions and ask you for advice, then this is very, very naturally that you will be sharing what you experiencing within yourself. Passing a technique requires just brain and logic, but touching people's hearts requires you to be in the temple of your heart for yourself. And I get this question all the time. People ask me, what are exact step-by-step instructions of me to get from here to here? Please tell me what exactly we will do, how I will become this, or what I will be able in order to do this. And this is how we were raised. From point A, take 3 steps forward, turn to the point B to the right, and then walk 10 steps forward and turn, and you will get to your destination. But in feminine practice, there is no such concept as destination and goal. There are no such concepts. I know maybe it sounds weird and we are all thinking we're heading somewhere, yes, but when it comes to practice and internal life of a woman, there is no destination. And in this course, you might be taken out of the comfort zone of your mental process of to get step-by-step instructions how to become a great teacher. Because you want to become great you, and that's all. Perhaps you will not be having a big crowd, like stadiums of clients. Maybe you will not conduct 20 trainings per year. Because in this case, you are losing the core of yin, and it becomes nothing but commercial, money-driven, getting gratification and recognition mode. This course, we will be having a separate class dedicated to how can I create what I'm practicing into my occupation. We will go through this and find a very balanced way where you don't lose yourself, but also you are sharing with others without depleting yourself. Now I can tell you that this course will help you to get rid of unnecessary illusions and build the base of your type of business. Next question. What will I be able to share with others? If you are concerned about techniques and exercises, I can assure you that in this course you will have plenty of them. And you have all the rights to take and share them all after the course with your tribe. They are all very effective. Actually, there are no not effective exercise in this spiritual yogic practice, but they are not the purpose of the course. It's all about how you will be able to restore your energy. Because think about this funny thing. Maybe right now, in this moment, there are around 100,000 people that are taking some esoteric course right now in this moment in the world. So out of these 100,000, maybe 10 or 20 will become amazing, outstanding leaders, will really touch people's hearts. Why? Why not all 100,000 to become so special and effective? Because majority of the courses teach you how to teach and sell, how to look better in the eyes of people, how to be accepted by the crowd, how to accommodate all the needs of people that are today. And people today are more needy of any source of energy than 100 years ago. Today we actually live in the world of vampires, energetical vampires. Through simple talks with the coffee, through spiritual sharing, everybody is seeking where they can actually eat some more energy. This is why we're here. And if you are a woman in this world, you are not just taking energy, but you have a tendency to give more than you can actually receive for yourself first. This kind of courses can perhaps make you a good speaker, a good performer, a good executor, a good influencer. There are millions like this now. In YouTube, in Instagram, everywhere you go, there is this crazy bombarding waves of selling very spiritual and esoteric courses everywhere. This training is not about your clients. Please, I'm asking you to forget about your clients if you wanted to step into this circle. This course is about you. And how you're going to turn your occupation into a business after depends on how you're going to restore your energy during the course and after. It is your personal capacity of power that you can preserve, prevent the leakage, and start developing it for yourself. And when it becomes very abundant and starts spilling out of your vessel, then what is spilled out, you are ready to share. Today it turns opposite way. Before we filled our vessel, we are empty, but we already start sharing here and helping there and being effective for others. It's not sustainable, and it just drains women totally. Because if now, before the training started, you are already having this question, will I be able to lead groups? This question is coming from a place of doubt and hesitation already. And this is not a very good place to start from. I would suggest to start become empty. Maybe it's very unnatural to human being, especially to women, because we want to know what exactly is happening to me, where I'm heading, what I'm getting out from here. I know, but you are able to let these expectations go and to become empty. And when you are becoming empty, you are able to hear your true calling and your heart, and to make a decision from a space of trust, but not from the space of fear. Just try. And let's go to the next question. How we will work on transmitting skills to others. After all, to connect with yourself in depth is first thing, but sharing is a different thing. So, during this course, you will have tasks to sit in pairs or to work in subgroups, leading or sharing something, or perhaps assisting another woman and creating a supportive environment for each other through touch, through words, through observation. These techniques will be offered to you in the course. But again, this is not the point. The point is to make you essential woman. Woman who can sense the vibes of self, of the surrounding, and of the person who sits next to each other. So you will be using each other in a positive way to master ability to sense what's happening and what you can do about it. You will also be learning how to receive feedbacks and how to give feedbacks. Remember, these tasks are not designed to make you an effective helper, okay? Because you, in truth, cannot help anyone. And if you step into the mode of helping, you're going to deplete your energy very, very soon. Next question. Work with energy. Yin is abundant in me. I am not a mother, not a wife anymore. I do not work in office, so the typical female problems where there is no time and you cannot relax is not my case. My case is more in harmonizing life with internal and external cycles. So does this course still suit me? Yes, it does. Basically, it's designed for both types of women, those who are into spiritual practice and those who are into career, mother, normal social life. And interestingly, in my experience, I mainly work with women who are already doing some kind of self-development practice. Only just few are career, mother oriented. I guess they just don't have much time. Clients who I worked with, they already took few trainings. Some of them are professional coaches, some of them professional counselors. Some began work with femininity before they met me, but still somehow it happened that they came and were seeking for my services. Some of them live in the cities And some live like places like Bali, Goa, like very calm places. To answer this, I will refer to real fact information from my experience. Women who practice spirituality, yoga, other types of self-help modalities still do not know what means calmness, grounding, what is yin, and what is resting and restoring. Sometimes we think that if I have no kids, I'm not married, all my time belongs to me, I'm totally fine, and I'm grounded. So there are no distractions and I don't have issues in relationships, I don't live with my parents, and so on. During this training, you will find that there is so much more room to explore what is yin. The fact that we were conceived, raised, trained in the patriarchal rhythm of society, it took dozens of years for this to solidify in us. And I don't mean superficial behavioral characteristics. What I mean is very deep on cellular level, subtle programs that we carry even when we practice with ourselves. To change this, it's not so easy. One training will not help. And I assure you that maybe after this training, I don't guarantee that you will find the answer for this. I am not taking responsibility for your experience and your growth. I'm going to layer you everything that helped me to find it and to arrive there. But guess what? Every single day, I need to start all over again. Every single day there are triggers that will try to get me back. Apart from grounding and calming and restoring your energy, you will be learning how to prevent, as I mentioned before, the leakage of this energy, and how to take it as a very raw material that you can elevate towards the next level and transform it so you can grow further. In terms of techniques, there are so many. We will be dancing, we will be breathing, we will be singing and reading and chanting, sharing through voice and silence, doing physical practice, doing art practice, observing and learning anatomy through experiential movements of breath, voice, and body. Next question, and I think it's almost the last. 2 more questions. So, it is not quite clear how these 2 archetypes, Eve and Lilith, will be realized through the described practices. For now, I understand that it can be not very clear how these 2 archetypes will be involved in the practice, just because this information is very new. Eve and Lilith in this course are directly connected to your spiritual anatomy. And your spiritual anatomy is the base for your physical anatomy. So it's basically who you are. These 2 archetypes, they are basically 2 programs or 2 worlds that live within yourself. And that's why it's the duality. And duality in this world starts from woman. Let me give you an example. So your arms. You have left arm and you have right arm. On a subtle spiritual level, each arm means something. So when in your life you are triggered by unnecessary passions, emotional situations, your left arm will be involved in a negative way. Sometimes you might feel something wrong with your arm, some soreness or pain or blocks, and sometimes you don't have to feel anything. But your arm is connected to the shoulder, to the heart, to the lungs. So it's all one whole system. It's like the ocean. You cannot dissect them. Each part means something, but they work as a whole system. So waves here will affect the whole ocean. When you are able to connect all these dots together with your understanding, you will be able to correct yourself on a very deep level. This way we will undress whole body, dissect it, and then look at it as a one whole system. It's very important to say that if for some reason you have an absent organ in your body, for example, women who had hysterectomy, it means the uterus was extracted. You can still, and actually you have to join the course because you are still able to work with your uterus. The physical layer is out, but the subtle layer, the phantom of the organ, is still there. And you will be learning how to connect with her. So don't label yourself as incomplete and you cannot join the course. Of course you can. And there is this last question. If the second model is a more in-depth than first model, then how is this related to Lilith and shadow work? Correct me if I don't understand. So basically, first chapter, Eve, is about your behavioral pattern that you have developed since you are born in a certain society and certain family. These are imprints that layered upon the real you. So first we need to look at these layers, remove them, and then go deeper. We can say that first chapter is about clearing yourself, okay? And then the next chapter is about looking at your side which feels very distant or lays somewhere at the bottom of yourself. And that side of you is awaiting to be awakened and to be recognized and invited into your life. So I would like to correct here a little bit. Lilith is not a shadow work. Lilith is actually a work of light. Also, if by shadow work you understand digging trauma, remembering some emotional situations in your life, purging these emotions accompanied by tears, and just falling into a low frequency feelings, then this is not the shadow work we will be doing. Because today there are so many workshops and trainings that are all about emotional purge. And most of the people think that torturing the psyche is a healing. Even I used to think so, and I used to attend such workshops or even lead such work, but now my practice has stepped so far away from this. We are not going to dig into the darkness. And if this is a shadow work, then we are going to do the light work in this course. And both Eve and Lilith represent this light work. But Eve has some patterns that can remind you of a shadow, though we will look how these shadows can be used as light. So this is it. I'm very, very grateful for these questions and opportunity to really share more about this course. And I'm also welcoming you. If you have more questions, please send to my email and I will be very happy to make another video for this. And I'll see you all in Bali in February 2020. Bye!